Every time I'm a step with the steppers. Black and white beans looking like pepper. Flawless diamonds, yeah, I'm good under pressure. 400 racks tucked in the dresser. Blowing money fast like Big Meech. Thinking that they winning, big reach. They know I'm the best, I'm elite. I know when they hating is instinct.
Say you gon' ride, say you gon' step by me. Spin and slide, say you gon' step by me. Who gon' step by me? Who gon' step by me? Nobody do it better than me, not incredibly. I do this competitively, uneditably. These falling silent when I walk up in the building. Worry about their future like I'm here to snatch their children. That line was brilliant. How I'm not already in the millions? Am I not the picture of resilience? Why they test my patience? Hyping all this lame. No one got a brain, they just be liking all the same. This is what the I'm in on industry games. I'm convinced that nobody is speaking my language. I'm a good ass, so listen close when I say this. After every feel stainless. I can make a fiend go. Everything I wrote gon' smoke, so dangerous. I can make an Einstein feel brainless. But look on the bright side, hope yield changes. I'ma get it started, please give me a pardon. Cause this the type of beat that get the whole crowd marching. Time to shut it down, we made the whole...
DA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Orbits of Houston taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And got his man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 36 yards on the play.
A gain of 36 yards. First down, Orbits.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A good gain of 12 yards that time.
Well, this offense will definitely utilize him as a weapon out of the backfield because he was close to 100 yards receiving a week ago. So they will try to get him the football in space as they did right there.
Jackson's throw completed to Mechie. And some space here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The end result, 21 yards.
First down, Orbits.
Jackson will throw again. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Kobe Bryant. And the Bucs are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And it pushes right forward to about the 32. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And as in any game, Takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. But you look at this defense. They were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? 3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. Oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps an early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came to expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, Paul, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Down the sideline he goes. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. 66 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's 3rd and 9.
Hey, long. Number 1, high. Out.
Here's Tua. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. B.J. Ojulari getting in there and dropping him.
Fairbairn on for the field goal. A 46-yard attempt.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal here.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And Carter deciding not to bring this one out.
At their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
Now Jackson on 1st down. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Stopping the run has been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out. play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. He's got his target. That's complete. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47.
First down, Houston.
On the option right is Jackson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
A gain of 14. First down, Orbits.
Play action. It's Jackson. Pass complete to Addison. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
7. Buccaneers 3.
Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Real quick. Oh, we changed it.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Well, we just saw the recipe for success right there. Big body, strong, agile, playing with great leverage in hands. Not really able to be blocked on that play. Close things down inside.
On 2nd down, Jackson. The pass finds Mechie in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. John Mechie, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have. You absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Cameron Curl up to make the tackle. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways.
Let's go.
Now Tua. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle. But they allow the conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. picked off by Cameron Curl. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. After the interception, here's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And they run the option on second down. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. The keeper gets him 7 that time, and it'll lead to a third down. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice game.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get, so he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Jackson looking to throw on third. Flush to his right. And this is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Orbits add 6 to their lead. They go I formation. Fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. He'll buy some time right. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This defense, 3 interceptions now. And, Charles, obviously that one for the pick 6. That gives them a 3-possession lead, and they are really in the driver's seat.
Makes you imagine what that lead could become with another half of football left to play, because the way they're getting after it, partner, 30 points, 40 points, even 50 points, that type of a lead, not out of the question. And neither is another pick 6.
Buccaneers 3. Justin Tucker set to kick off.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 95 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
He had to fight for every yard on that run, shook himself free of a tackle, and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
3rd and 2. Here's Howell. Oh, he'll take a shot for McCaffrey downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a...
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Howell from the gun. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. A quick throw caught by Cup out wide. And quickly they get to the line.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports? And the half will begin with a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And Howe will throw it. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. On the return, Carter. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, if they score here, this one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Hands it off out of the gun. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Orbits just continue to roll.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
All right, you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Looking downfield for Godwin. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Jackson. He's got his running back out of the backfield. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 43 yards. And the Orbits take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Well, familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline, because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Here's Howell. And this is going to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Hey, report.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down. Now they'll pitch it out here. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And no room that time. Getting it to about the 46. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. A good pickup there, 26 yards. But they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 107 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
They'll run with Robinson. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Brian Robinson Jr. taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Orbits continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Tucker with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Buccaneers 3. Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Third down and 10.
18 Cardinal, let's go.
They run with McCaffrey off the option. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
On the 29-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. Now a 2nd and 2. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 132 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
At the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 17 yards. First down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 44-yard line, here's second down and 7. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here's 2nd and 7. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line. Yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. And they will take a knee here. fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Houston, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, you start to wonder if it's going to happen this year.